forgot. I forgot to take
this. Every single time
it's exchanging with the Wolves.
Go on this Thursday night in San Diego. And Michael King's first pitch is strike one at
I'm not blind.
Away we go. J.J. Weather home 2 years ago, as Adam mentioned, out of West Virginia, the 7th overall pick. And entering this year, a top 5 prospect in the sport. Made the opening day roster, made his big league debut. Leads all rookies and wins above replacement. Just ahead of Detroit's Kevin McGonigal. On the ground, pull side. Fernando Tatis Jr. getting another start at second. And one away to begin for Michael King.
That's the changeup. He really likes to feature the changeup to left-handed batters. Has a ton of movement to his arm side. Gets Weatherholt to reach out and roll that ball over to second.
Coming off.
Just another 485 Herrera.
4 earned, 7 hits, 3 walks. So that's how it's strike one to Ivan Herrera, who's been one of the best in terms of getting on base this year. The Panamanian catcher has always swung it well. 406 on base is 8th best in baseball. He has been excellent on ABS challenges this year as a hitter and as a Cardinals catcher.
You know, when you see this Cardinal team, you really think about how really young they are. If you're on a team like that, you're looking for some kind of leadership, but they just have this culture and they just go out there and play the game, you know. Not reckless, just going out there and playing this fun baseball. They've been showing it.
Yeah, we talked to Ollie Marmol in pregame. He said, we're taking care of the baseball. We've had smart decisions on the bases. Tim Kirkton was just talking about that in the studio. And even though it hasn't been overpowering from their pitching staff, they played well. 21 and 15 so far. Off the ladder with 95 on the four-seamer. And the first strikeout for Michael King.
An elite sinker and four-seamer. Once he started this at-bat with the sinker, he's able to get above the barrel with that four-seam and expose Herrera up in the zone right there.
Let's reach to the 21 Alex Burleson.
This is Alec Burleson, the first baseman, now full-time in that regard with Wilson Contreras in Boston. Burleson last year won a Silver Slugger with the best season of his career. 6th in baseball with his 29 RBIs so far. Couple breaking balls to start.
Opponents now 0 for 22 in the first inning. Michael King doing it in the first. Absolutely amazing.
Talked about how important it is for him to get going early.
Splinter when you first came up?
That's probably the only pitch I never tried. I've tried almost everything else there is, but no splinkers.
That fades on King. 3-1 on Burleson. And Michael King talked about it a couple weeks ago. He said, I still don't feel super confident in his pitch locations. He said mechanically he's been making adjustments throughout every start. So just trying to get in gear.
Oh, God, yeah.
Have the game's first base runner. Metaphor for Jordan Walker.
Whitefield to number 18, Jordan Walker.
This year, 23 years young, former top 5 prospect, has been a top 10 hitter in baseball in terms of OPS, just mashing out of the gates. That's what Tim was talking about in the studio. Largest OPS increase from last year to this year. And only Ben Rice of the Yankees has had a bigger surge than Jordan Walker.
And seeing him for the first time up close and personal, looks like he could be either a linebacker or a tight end for an NFL football team. He is huge in stature. Only 23 years old. Sky's the limit for this guy.
It had you gushing thinking about, Bo Jackson quotes, did you say?
Yeah, Bo Jackson was the guy that came out and said there was muscles coming out of his breath when he was talking. I thought that was an awesome quote by him. This guy, He's changed his approach. He's using his hands a little more. He's keeping his elbow down. It's kind of a delay they talk about, swinging down the ball a little bit more.
And really, he just needed to simplify his approach, because with the size that he's got working for him, all he has to do is touch it in the air, and he's going to get pretty good results. So simplifying that approach, staying a little more upright in that stance has allowed him to swing at some better pitches this year, and that's made a huge difference.
All kinds of arm side run on that changeup.
Yeah, that's his specialty. When in doubt, he goes to the changeup. It's got massive fade. Look at that ball turn over about a 3 o'clock spin axis. That means it's spinning to the right. It's going to be diving in on a right-handed batter. It's a vicious pitch, because that's not something that they're looking for coming in. They're looking for sinkers and sliders, and he drops a changeup on your 2-1. So he always has a get-out-of-jail-free card if he needs it.
Look at the changeup for Michael King. He's really kept that OPS down, right around 720 is league average for reference, and generating a ton of chase with the change. 2-2. Walker skies this one on the infield. Fernando Tatis Jr. And Michael King posts a 0 in the against the former Rays first rounder, his second full year in the Cardinals rotation.
Yeah, Matthew Liberatore, kind of an interesting leader of the staff given his age, but he is that indeed. The players around him respect his preparation. He's got a nice mixture of pitches. The changeup's been pretty effective this year. He's looking to get his breaking balls going.
Got him, yeah.
And then last time out, Friday against the Dodgers, 5 2/3, 2 runs.
He's not going to strike a lot of guys out, but he's going to create some weak contact early and let that incredible defense he has behind him.
Bucks in 96 for strike 1 to Miguel Andujar, who's been excellent offensively so far for San Diego after signing a 1-year, $4 million deal in early February. Ronnie will be a weapon against left-handed pitching.
Yeah, and he's a guy you can put in any time, plays a couple different positions. Another guy that's usually aggressive towards the pitcher and towards the pitches and tries to get after it. Love the way he swings the bat when he's hot.
Big breaking ball.
Got him, yes.
Strikeout, he's got 2 away.
He's got that breaking ball that Otto's talking about. That's a big one. He probably wanted to up down a little bit more, but he came with 2 fastballs to start. Haven't seen a sweeper or breaking pitch. Got away with that, but overall, if he's hitting his spots, Otto, I think he's going to be just fine.
Yeah, 5 pitches, 5 strikes to start off the game, getting himself into a nice rhythm here.
He's got the slider and then the curveball, which we saw to strike out Andujar, and now to start out. Manny Machado, 678 OPS for the 7-time All-Star. So guys like Machado and Tatis still trying to get in gear for this San Diego offense.
Okay, we know Machado's always 1 pitch away from getting hot again. We know struggling his last 7 games, but this is a guy where you got to be real careful with. I don't care what he's hitting. He's still got it in him.
To Machado. That's down. Spits on a couple in that direction. And it's 3-1 with Fernando Tatis Jr. on deck.
Little challenge me here right there.
Love that. Early in the game, 3-1 count. Here it is.
96, top of the zone from Liberatore. Payoff pitch to Machado. Rocketed foul. Seen a handful of 96s so far from Liberatore. He's averaged 94, 95 fastballs this year.
The San Diego Air.
Gotta love it, right?
I always did.
What did you think pitching here in San Diego?
It's incredible. You feel like your pitches are moving an extra inch in every direction. You have like that perfect little bit of sweat going, but you're not hot. Home plate feels really close. There's a lot of things I like about pitching in this ballpark.
Pitchers always have the advantage.
Machado takes down and works an 8-pitch run. Liberatore thought he was born with it. Machado is aboard with 2 outs for the Padres in the first.
What do we got here? Let's see what this one is. Yeah, that's way down.
It's a good take right there. Well, it looks like we have everybody having a splinger tonight. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if we got new pitches entering the fray tonight on both sides.
So man aboard for Fernando Tatis Jr. We told you he has endured the longest homerless streak of his career, but he's still making very hard contact. Top 25 in the sport.
Segmentet tweetly Fernando Tatis Jr.
One of the lowest launch angles in the sport.
Yeah, in a new world order of launch angle, I mean, people talk about this all the time. Sometimes when you're up there as a hitter, you're trying to get 4 hits out of 1 at bat, and I think it's the frustrating part about it. And listen, he's batting .242, he's hitting the ball hard, the team is doing well. I think he has to just keep thinking that and being as positive as possible. And a guy like this, just like Machado, 1 pitch away from doing damage and getting over the hump of hitting that home run.
You asked Craig Stammen about it pregame, and Stammen said, yeah, at times you can sort of see it on Tatis's face as he is sorting through this and trying to get in gear early this year. Liberatore's 1-2. No chase. On a back foot breaking ball. But Stammen said to us, it's coming. He said, you cannot keep a guy like that down for very long.
Yeah, and it's body language too. Get that swagger back a little bit, he'll be just fine.
I'll tell you what, watching him in his outfit today during BP, I don't think he lost his swagger at all, to be honest with you. I think he's still feeling himself.
Stallion, of course.
18th pitch of the first. Tatis on rocket to left center field, overweighted short. And it's a 2-out single for Fernando Tatis, and the Padres have 2 aboard.
Here it is, 112 off the bat. A little change up, he stayed on it, stayed through it. Watch the hands work here. Going right on time. You're going to take that every day of the week. Keep hitting the ball hard, good things do happen.
I mean, as promised, we told you it has been a ball-striking display at times from Tatis. And now 2 on for Xander Bogaerts. He's been the best everyday bat so far for the Padres. Leads the team in home runs and RBIs.
He's got to face in this situation because he's really good at using the whole field, but all it takes is a single. He'll spray it to right field, he'll take it to left.
Darting slider there from Liberatore. Bogaerts asks for time. Quick outs on 5 pitches total for Matthew Liberatore. Now working through the meat of this Padres lineup.
I think that's a setup pitch right there, going up, trying something back foot, down and low.
Potentially, but that's so non-competitive, too high. So I think Xander can just kind of let that one go and remain in the same place he was prior to seeing that pitch.
1-2. Back on a slider that hung.
And I think that's the difference with Liberatore, He doesn't have that one pitch where you got to worry about all the time. He's got to tinker in the zone and find a way to hit his spots. Got away with a pitch right there, but in his arsenal, he can throw a bunch of pitches and just finding a way to hit the spots that he wants.
1-2. Bogaerts with a check swing, throw to the right. Walker comes out and makes the play on the hop. Machado scores from second, and the Padres strike forward. pass. And an excuse me blue single from Xander Bogaerts.
I tell you what, you don't see balls being hit that far on the check swing. We got to see that one again. Look at this replay. Just a little boop, got barrel on it. Oh man, just a perfect placement.
I think he hit that directly on the barrel.
He did.
When you saw kind of the exasperation on Libertor's face, he's like, "Are you kidding me? Up and out of the zone check swing."
Yeah, that's heartbreaking as a pitcher. You're one pitch away, you're trying to find that strike three, you throw a pitch completely out of the strike zone, guy takes a weird hack on it, and he still finds grass.
Rose at first with Bogaerts diving back to the base.
I think he got it. Wow.
Caught him with his head down just real quick. Look at that, yep.
And the Cardinals are indeed going to have a look at this.
Perfect timing, they caught Xander looking down.
Preemptive lead, perhaps. But based on those looks we just saw this year again.
Oh yeah.
Got it.
Never take your eye off the ball. Perfect timing. You're
Got another five line there.
Take your foot right off.
Oliver Marbles good challenge.
That's unbelievable too, because it's going to get him out of this inning. There's about to be potential crooked numbers. This is huge out right here.
Boy, talk about an immediate recalibration from Matthew Libertor. You got him at the corners. You're a lefty about to face a righty and Ramon Laureano.
Yes!
When you keep your eyes down.
And thrilled now to say hello to our StatCast insider, Mike Petriello. And Mike, you're watching everything tonight, but in particular, who do you have your eyes on?
Yeah, I guess you can call me your stat-focused phone a friend over here. We're going to definitely dive into what's going on with Fernando Tatis's power outage. I'm hopeful we'll get to introduce a brand new metric about Mason Miller that even Adam doesn't know about yet. And last thing I want to leave you with, when you watch Libertor, that great curveball he had to strike it at Duhar last inning, last year 32% whip rate on that, this year 7%. That is going to define his success today.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. We'll check back in with Mike as we go along tonight. New stats for Mason Miller.
Number 16, Nolan Gorman.
Nolan Gorman leads off to begin the second, with St. Louis trailing after Xander Bogaerts' blue single. Gorman tasted a lot of success his first 2 years in the big leagues. 2 years in a row struggling offensively. What is a very big year for him. Holding down third base after Nolan Arenado got traded to the Diamondbacks in mid-January. Part of the offseason moves made by Chaim Bloom, dealing Arenado, Wilson Contreras, Sonny Gray, and then Brendan Donovan to Seattle. Good changeup from Michael King. He's got a second. Strikeout.
Let's take a look at that changeup again right here. Rolls it over, gets Gorman out in front of that. It's actually not even that close to that. That was pretty nasty.
And it's frustrating as a hitter not seeing one fastball. You go up there with a plan, and he throws a couple sweepers, a couple changeups, and says, sorry. Back to the pine.
Shortstop number 0, Mason Wynn.
His primary pitch is changeup. Do you dare to go up there and sit on changeup?
I mean, with the way pitchers are now, sometimes you got to guess. And I think you're taught, see a fastball, hit a fastball, and react to everything else. But they're just so good. Sometimes you might want to sit on it, but how hard is it to hit a changeup? Your timing has to be perfect, and they have to throw for a strike, too.
It's 1-1 on Mason Wynn. He came from the changeup a lot more this year than he did last year. Sweeper just missed.
He's got all the pitches. Sinker, four-seam, sweeper, changeup, they're all above average in my mind. It's just a matter of getting in good counts. That's the only thing holding him back right now from being that dominating number one we've seen in the past.
Adam, you were at the forefront of this week. King credits you in particular. Guys like Corey Kluber, who were some of the ones throwing it early on. He's added that to his arsenal over the years.
Yeah, unfortunately, everybody figured out my pitch and then made it a lot better. And so mine became pretty bland pretty quick after that. But I'm glad to be a small help along the way of his journey for sure.
Win in the air center fields. Jackson Merrill for out number 2. They score big on authentic gear at MLBshop.com. From official jerseys and memorabilia to hats and hoodies, we've got the season covered. Scan the QR code or visit MLBshop.com, the official source for your favorite team's gear. So 2 down, base is empty, and it brings up the rookie
Left field to number 27, Nathan Church.
Good to see that he's in the lineup today. Yesterday, he eventually left the game with a left leg contusion. He wore 98 off the left shin from the Brewers' starting pitcher, Brandon Sproat.
This guy can run. He plays really good defense. When Lars Newbar comes back, there's going to be a big talk about him and what to do. He's been a pretty good asset for this Cardinal team.
Kings 0-2. Floated left side, and Machado. 1-2. Cardinals. 22-14, the record for Craig Stammond's team. 13 years in the big leagues, including his final 6 years with the Padres. It was part of their hiring process for other candidates for the manager gig, and then ended up getting the job himself. Ramon Laureano leads off.
San Diego swung 4 out of his 6 at-bats, 4 times their first pitch. They are being very aggressive today, finding ways to put pressure on Liberatore.
Or the same from Ramon Laureano against the heater there from Liberatore.
Left field to the 5, 1 ball,
Before the game that us former relievers are really we really have a lot invested in his success as manager. I feel like maybe we can bring a few more relievers into the fold in the future if he has some success here. So no pressure, Craig.
Are you saying something that we don't know?
I'm not saying anything you don't know already, but me in particular, I'd like to see him have some success.
I didn't know if there was a little inkling there for us.
Nasty
Got him, yes.
Laureano's going to challenge this.
Oh, hold up, we gotta take a look, guys. We gotta take a look.
So, the ABS.
Yes, yes.
It is still indeed a strike. Unsuccessful challenge from Laureano. And the second K for Liberatore.
Tough to lose a challenge this early in the game and only have one in your back pocket the rest of the way. But he thought he made a good call there. Just perception was a little off.
And that pitch right there is where he needs to live on right-handers, too. Hard in, slow in, change up away. Very nice. Good arsenal he has.
Ty France in the 7th spot. First baseman who re-signed here on a minor league deal. Seen a couple very good curveballs from Liberatore and the strikeout really slapped.
This was it. This was 5, Ty France.
360 with a couple home runs. You always see his name around doing some kind of damage.
Got him, yes.
And Pedro Pages hangs on to it. Back-to-back Ks with breaking balls for Liberatore.
When you look at Liberatore from a pitch movement perspective, the curveball is really the one pitch that jumps out on you. It's got average amount of break and both blades down and to the right into his glove side. It just hasn't been effective yet this season. Maybe he's getting the feel for it tonight.
Goes first pitch swinging, sends one to center.
Got him, yes.
There, put it away. And count 1, 2, 3 inning. Craig Stammen joins us when we come back.
Are you?
Where he's at right now.
Fernando Tatis, another hard hit ball. We talk about no home runs, but if he's doing stuff like that, he's going to be just fine helping this team. No.
Yeah, we'll
Just
take
number
him
43,
whatever
Pedro Pajas.
line drives all day long. That's pretty good.
112, Craig. It was smoked.
Oh yeah, 112, even better.
Thanks for joining us.
You got it. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, pretty good start, all things considered, and the only blemish for Michael King is that 2-out walk in the first to Alec Burleson. He's got 8 down and 1 here in the third. This is the catcher, Pedro Pajas.
First at bat, here we go. I love it. I remember my first at bat, just, excuse me.
That Rodolfo Duran threw up in the next half inning.
I got excited.
And why not? You got a debut tonight. This one popped up and fades off foul into the seats. Major League debut just joining us for Rodolfo Duran. Luis Camposano going on the injured list earlier today with a fractured toe. He fouled the ball off his foot 2 days ago. Michael King's 1-2. Nasty with the sweeper for his third strikeout, and there's one away.
Yeah, he's looking great here in the early going. Changeup's been playing, and also this sweeper. Look at that late drop, late kick to the left. That ball's a strike for an awfully long time. Pajas has to offer at it, but it's just too far to reach it.
And right, that was the pitch he came up with the Yankees there. The first pitch that we saw, how good it really was. That has developed a couple other
So feels to Scott the second.
Really good for him.
And King has talked about how Corey Kluber suggested that he try the sweeper years back, that he thought there were similar release points and that it might be effective for Michael King. Great story on it in the San Diego Union Tribune on King finding that pitch as he made his way up as a youngster in the Yanks system.
Talk about veteran presence, something the Cardinals don't have. They're still doing pretty good, but a guy like Matthew Liberatore leading the team as a pitcher, as a young pitcher, it's still nice to have, you know, a veteran guy like a Corey Kluber or an Adam Ottavino to help you along the way to say, hey, let's try something new. It just gives you a little more positivity when you're out there, a little more excitement.
Victor Scott, speedy center fielder. Okay. Kings 3-2. Scott strikes it. Back-to-back Kings, and that is nearly out number 2.
Absolutely. That's a tough pitch to hit. On a 3-2 count, looking heater.
So back to the top four, JJ to clobber.
Sequence of those wasting JJ Weatherholds.
Ain't for effort, though.
A- maybe.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
The playoffs continue this weekend on ABC. A king is put to his toughest test. As a new generation rises, hungry to repeat, a franchise rivalry is reignited where speed, precision, and power collide. Only winners can prevail. Thunder Lakers Saturday and Knicks 76ers Sunday on ABC and the ESPN app.
Strives to play in a Major League Baseball game for the first time in his 28 years.
I tell you what a story for him. He's got the numbers got to be kicking in right now. So I swing at the first pitch, so I let it go. That's why I was so excited last inning just to see this guy get up. I'm rooting for him, man. He looks like he's ready to rock.
Strike one to start from Matthew Liberatore. Greg Stanton was telling us they really liked what they saw from him in Major League camp this year. Viewed him as their third catcher and comfortable with entering this year. Pops one up in the air to right.
Got him, yeah.
Number one in the last of the third. So back to the top, and Jackson Merrill grounded to third to start his night. 2 years ago, an All-Star as a rookie, runner-up for the National League Rookie of the Year.
Jackson
Merrill to a little bit of a slow start up until this last week. 3 multi-hit games in his last 5. 9 for his last 21 coming in. First onto the scene. Laughed about a couple years ago. There's not many years where he would have lost Rookie of the Year that 2024 season, but Paul Skeens was pretty special in the time he was up. No swing there, 2-1. Stanton, we said, has been tinkering with the lineup, trying to find the right blend and get it in gear. Found the way 2-2.
Yeah, we talked about not having that leadoff guy. There's not one person that he's looking into like, hey, this is going to be our guy, and he's going to mix it up. And they've been doing well with it, so they've been aggressive, as you're seeing right here. They'll go back-to-back swinging first pitches if they can find a way to barrel it up.
Had their trouble scoring early in games in particular. 3-2 from Liberatore. Chips down, and Merrill works a walk. Stanton has talked about it. Broken through yet offensively. Says we have a couple games where it looks good. But for the most part, even with the record at 22-14, he feels like they just grinded out wins.
It helps when you have the bullpen they have. You know, a lot of close games, they can shut stuff down. A lot different than other teams can when you have 6 ridiculous arms to turn to out there.
And as a hitter on the opposing team, you're like, I got to get to this guy pitching right off the mound now, and if I don't...
This is the play by Miguel Andujar.
There's Miguel Andujar. He struck out swinging on a curveball his first time. You feel that, right, Top? Like as a hitter, to your point, that you know what lurks in the back of the ball game, not just Mason Miller, but the other great arms.
Yeah, and it's been going on for a lot of years now, this bullpen, and you know, they got rid of one, now they bring somebody else in. You know, it's a really good arsenal of guys that they have. Good mixtures, lefties and righties combined. And that's why these close games and later in the innings, they find a way to win.
Bouncer left side and in to Weatherholt. The turn.
Double play, yeah.
6-4-3 turned by the Cardinals. Ollie Marble joins it.
Look, Playa awaits. This Mother's Day weekend, I want you to meet my shape. Gather your flock, get to the theater, and grab your popcorn to see the mystery critics are calling among the best films of the year. That's genius. The Sheep Detectives, rated PG tonight.
Back in San Diego, Ollie Marble kind enough to join us right now. Ollie, you guys are off to such a great start to this season with the youngest roster in the sport. What's it been like for you managing this young of a team?
It's been a blast, man. I'm being honest. I'm having more fun this year than probably any year. Just the group's done a nice job of coming together and playing for each other. That's easier said than done, but they've done a really nice job of it.
Doesn't do them for 85, Roberto.
On and off the field, so we're having a good time, man.
Matthew Liberatore, Ollie, you know, I could go a million different directions with him, but it seems like he's come out with a different kind of pace today. Has that been a focus for him? Because he's working quick and he's getting ahead of these batters.
Yeah, he always works pretty fast. He does a nice job with that. He's mixing in that curveball a little bit more right now. It's the biggest speed difference between the rest of his pitches when you look at the fastball changeup. So he's done a nice job with that. Threw a good changeup there for the double play. This is going to be a tough lineup to navigate. All the right-handers in there, but he's done a nice job so far.
Ollie, thanks for the time. Good luck the rest of the way.
All right, brother.
Ollie Marmol leading this Cardinals club second in the NL Central, the 7th best record in baseball. Ivan Herrera leading off here in the 4th for the Cardinals, down 1-0 to the Padres. Ollie's still only 39 years young. In spring training, got a contract extension that takes him through the 28th season. Another option for 29, and what a statement, because as much fun as any year managing that he's had in his 5 seasons.
Yeah, managing a young team too. There's a difference. He's talked about, having an Albert Pujols or yada yada. You can just manage them and they manage the younger guys, So not having that veteran presence, you got to break it down a little more for the younger guys, show them the ropes a little bit. And yeah, he is 39 years old. He's like one of the guys out there, so they can relate a little bit more. See how far Herrera's foot is almost out of the box there, his front left foot.
Wide open stance for Herrera.
Let's mix it in 41, Alex Wilson.
He's getting a ton of swing and miss in this game. I think that's the 11th swing and miss already. He's over 50% swing and miss so far in this game. So that's a great sign for him moving forward.
That changeup is moving so much. People understand how hard that really is to hit on a 3-2 count too, as well. The spot up, blowing in.
Listen, clobbers one on the line to right.
Home run. Yes.
Off the bat of Burleson.
It's tall and stature. See, that changeup stayed up right there. That pitch goes away. It stayed right where left-handed hitter wants it. Flashed out to right field.
And that was loud.
It really was.
Right field to number 18, Sloden Walker.
Burleson had seen 2 changeups the last 2 pitches. His first time against Michael King, and then got first pitch change up that second look at it.
Yeah, I mean, to Todd's point, part of the issue was the location. He missed a little bit inside with it and a little bit elevated, so he didn't have to do any diving to go get to that ball. He was able to stay back and handle it pretty easily. But at the same time, if you're looking for a fastball, the odds are you're going to be a little bit ahead of the pitch.
How he goes back to that changeup. He says, you know what, I did make one mistake, but I'm going to keep going and keep throwing that thing. That's his pitch right now to ultimately get guys out. This is what this Cardinal team does, though. They've been overachieving a little bit. Talks about earlier in the year how, yeah, they'll be okay, nothing special. But this team has been opening up a lot of eyes. They're staying in a lot of games, and they're putting pressure on their opponent. They've been playing well on the road, 11-5. That's fantastic to start the year.
1-2 on Jordan Walker. Popped the second his first time and lays off a sweeper down and away.
That's the big question with Jordan Walker. Can he lay off the breaking ball down and away? That's been the bugaboo going back a couple years now. He's done a better job with it this year, but you see pitchers are going to continue to go to that pitch and test him every chance they get.
2-2. Walker in the air, shallow right. Castellanos in. We talked about it. This team has played well on the road, and we've documented how young they are. You feel like those two things can go hand in hand?
I do, and I think a lot of these guys haven't played at all these ballparks, so every ballpark they go to now, the excitement is even more than 10 times. I mean, it's I get to play at Petco Park. Let me show these fans what I'm all about.
Number 16, Nolan Coleman.
That's the excitement for these guys to come in and play. Kid in a candy store down it saying it. I was like, listen, good for them.
It's like you were so eager to get out here. You flew in earlier than both of us. Made sure to get a good dinner last night.
Yeah, listen, just how it went.
Bouncer foul from Owen Gorman.
King's doing a good job right now, not changing his approach. Just staying on the attack no matter what. Solo shots don't beat you.
0-2. Gorman strikes out. Elevated fastball.
There is a child whose past holds the key to the future of the galaxy.
Everything depends on him.
What do we fight? Star Wars, The Mandalorian, and Grogu. Rated PG-13.
Brandon Tatis Jr. is due up second here at the bottom of the fourth. And for more on his start to the season, we welcome in our buddy Mike Petriello.
Yeah, would you guys believe 340 guys have a home run this year, and Tatis is not one of them, despite having an elite hard hit rate, 5th best in baseball. And we're talking about guys like Cruz and Ben Rice and Wood, and he doesn't have one. And I think people think it's all about hitting it to the ground, and it's really about he's not pulling it in the air yet. He has a 5% pulled air rate, which is a bottom 10 mark in baseball. I want to know from you guys when you see him come on and you see his ground rate right here.
Got him, yes!
Tatis has really changed his stance. Previously very confident. Now it's cold. No extra bases. So I'm really interested to know, is this something he's trying to do because everybody wants to go to all fields all the time? Or is this something he can go back to try to pull that ball in the air, which is what he did at his best a couple of years ago?
Yeah, Todd, like, was there a sense that he's trying to go oppo more and hit line drives backside?
Yeah, I mean, not necessarily, but at the same time, he's got the power to do that. And he can hit the ball out any ballpark, any time. Yeah, you do see the change here a little bit in the stance. And my thing is mindset. I think ultimately his swing is going to be the same. But for him, he's got to understand that it's eventually going to come. And not to worry about anything else. He's taking pitches. His body language looks really good. Not really worried about the swing path. Ultimately, he's going to get it there. And when he does, you're going to see the ball being cracked out of here, and he's going to hit him for a long time.
So for you, it's a little bit much ado about it.
Yes, I do see the difference, but his swing is going to be what it is. You can't change it now as a professional hitter. He's got the swing. It's Fernando Tatis Jr., and he just has to remember who he is and what he's capable of doing. He'll be right where he needs to be.
Adam, how about for you? Generally speaking, open stance, closed stance, like you see that, I know every hitter's different, but you see those types of tinkerings, what do you think?
Yeah, from what I've seen in my career, sometimes guys try to become great at the
Got him, yes!
good. And I think, he's able to pull fly balls to left for home runs early in his career, and he's thinking, everybody's working me away. I'm going to go ahead and drive the ball the other way really consistently. And maybe he overcorrected. Maybe it's just a little bit too much of an overcorrection, and now he's got to swing back the other direction a little bit to balance himself out.
And he cares, and I think sometimes that could be the troublesome thing, how much you care about a situation and playing this game. And it's a reflection of who he is. He's a great baseball player, and he loves his game. So he's hitting the ball hard. If he wasn't hitting the ball hard and not playing good defense, I'd be worried about it. But he is doing what he does best, and he has a great mentor, Manny Machado. Those two are locker mates. They talk all the time. He's going to be just fine.
The thing that's odd to me is that we saw him in the WBC pulling moonshot home runs to left field. So the swing is not that far removed. Like, it's in there. He just needs that first one, and then he can get the ball rolling.
He was stutter stepping around third base. Anytime Matthew Liberatore, who struck out Tatis with a good slider, has settled in. We heard from Ollie Marmol when you asked Adam, using the curveball effectively, the discrepancy in velocity between his fastball and the curveball being effective tonight. 2-1 to Xander Bogaerts. Bouncer back toward the mound. Liberatore
Got him, yes!
1, 2, 3. He has set down 8 of the last 9 through 4 in San Diego.
I'm I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer.
Wait. I often think about changeup, why it's so effective all the time. I feel like you should practice hitting changeups. You know, in this day and age, you can practice hitting any breaking ball under the sun.
Without with zero base and wind.
Practices hitting changeups, am I right, Tom?
No, it's hard to do. I like the point you're saying he's going steady with that changeup. That's old school right there. So beautiful.
It's been about 80% strikes with the changeup. Another one there. Now 6 swings and misses with it after that to Mason Wynn. Nastiest changeup time you ever face?
Oh man, I mean, there's been some good ones.
I'll give you a sec.
It's going to be hard for me, but it's also nasty sliders.
Like that on the sweeper from King for a sword to make it 1-2 on Mason Wynn.
You caught me off guard there.
It's late. You're out of through time. About 15 swinging strikes for King so far.
Two-seam away, comeback fastball coming here.
Went with the heater up, and Xander Bogaerts retires Mason Wynn for the first out in the 5th. Hey, next up on our MLB calendar here on ESPN, it'll be some afternoon baseball, 25th of May. The Yankees head to Kansas City to square off with the Royals with first pitch at 3:30 Eastern on the holiday. You can watch it live on ESPN or stream it on the ESPN app. The Yankees with a call-up today that I know you guys were keeping tabs on, Spencer Jones.
Left field number 27, Nathan Church.
Here's Nathan Church. 1 out, bases empty, in a 1-1 ball game.
See the shift over. I mean, listen, he keeps throwing that change up. He might as well move over a little bit more. Batter's going to be out in front. Keep going to that wall if it's working.
Kings 0-2. Slap foul. I mentioned all the different pitches Adam the Kings got. And able to throw the changeup, which we documented. We've seen the sinker, and then at certain times it feels well timed with the 4-seamers up.
Yeah, I think the Birds came out today looking to be aggressive, but he's been messing them up, throwing everything they're not looking for.
Roller there.
Jump shot before he threes Angel.
Sweeper's been on point, changeup's been on point. Now he locates a front door sinker. Cooking right now.
Even when the sweeper is not necessarily thrown for a strike, it's the deception, it's the eyes for the hitter that sees, all right, well, he has that, and you come back with a changeup that looks like a fastball, you're way out in front.
Sweeper for a land strike to Pedro Pajes. Third-year Cardinals catcher, 27-year-old from Venezuela. He struck out on the sweeper his first time. So he sees a couple of them to start his second time against King.
Love coming here all the time. Whenever you hit here, they put a nice little stat or a little nugget, we call them up there, about maybe a high school stat or where you went to school. Pedro loved bowling and fishing. Love that. And volleyball.
Yeah, don't forget volleyball.
So I can see him in the front getting up. Probably a setter, wouldn't you say?
Like maybe he's the libero?
Yeah, maybe. The best nuggets they put up on that
I didn't have libero on my bingo card tonight.
Well, I don't have Pajes playing above the net, but
maybe. You never know. Have those bunny hops, you never know what happens.
3 balls, 2 strikes. strikes on Pedro Pajes. Bouncer left side, swept to Machado. On the back end by Ty France, Bill. 10 years ago today, Bartolo Colon went deep here in San Diego. You saw Kevin Plawecki there. It was the first home run of Colon's 19-year career. It made him the oldest player in Major League history to hit his first career home run, surpassing Randy Johnson.
Just wow. And you saw the look on James Shields' big game. He just did not want that to happen. I love James Shields. That'll go down in history as one of the most epic home runs you're going to see at this stadium.
Yeah, the teammates, Plawecki included, were loving that from Bartolo. How about the call from the great Gary Cohen, too?
Yeah, that was nice.
A rare 3-0 count to start for Matthew Liberatore. He has been dialed in starting out in strikes.
Yeah, that's absolutely massive for him. On the season this year, when he gets ahead 0-1, the batters are only hitting 203. When he falls behind 1-0, they're hitting 365. So it's massive. And that's what he's been doing all game. But here's a little bit of a crack in the door for the Padres offense with a 4-pitch walk.
Joel Laureano gets aboard. It's been such a steady stream of first pitch strikes from Liberatore. And the numbers that you were just talking about. This season, opponent batting average after that first pitch. Ty France first pitch swinging toward J.J. Weatherholt.
Someone play, yes!
Oh man, pitcher's best friend right there. 4-pitch walk. Crack the door open and then he slams back shut with a ground ball double play.
Changes the whole inning as we know. As a hitter, you got to get a pitch you really know you can drive into. 4 pitches, got jammed. Changes the whole inning.
And then strike one to start, so right back to work.
Yeah, that's the aggressive nature of the Padres. That's how they've been. I guess
Let's talk about Nick
something they want to keep and have them going through it.
All kinds of depth on the curveball from Liberatore.
He's got the hook working today. I think he could throw another one right here in the dirt. Castellanos trying to slow him down, reset. He is known to expand the strike zone at times. Let's try a bounce curveball right here.
Castellanos flew to center his first time. Good thinking. And a curveball last year for Matthew Liberatore is a very good pitch for him. Not much damage on it. It was actually the pitch that generated the most swing and miss for him. Small sample size early this year, but it had given up damage. It looks very good so far tonight.
Well, it's got a ton of break on it, so if he gets it in the right lanes, if he starts it and really sells it as a strike, then the batters have to honor it. But when it's non-competitive, it's pretty easy to lay off.
So where would you want to start, like in terms of where the batter is?
Because he has so much break, I think he wants the thing to come out in the upper part of the strike zone. He doesn't need to start it in the bottom. He can start it in that upper part of the strike zone and drop it below. And then if he doesn't get it, if he does get swing action and they survive that pitch, he can then go to that high fastball like he just tried right there and see if they'll swing at something above the zone.
Floated foul by Castellanos. I was talking with High Bloom today, and he pointed out the stuff really has taken steps forward for Liberatore this year. They feel like the slider has gotten pretty nasty, and the curveball is increasingly better, especially in the ABS world where you can get pitches at the top of the zone with your curveball.
Got him, yes!
From Matthew Liberatore. And then snaps off another beauty. Liberatore. Dealing against King tonight in San Diego.
Saving time on a great haircut at Great Clips.
It starts out with 9-1 and 2, and Victor Scott, and now you just said to me, important batter here for King.
Yeah, he needs to get Victor Scott out here because you don't want this type of speed on base.
Champions of 11, Victor Scott the second.
Before King goes third time through against this St. Louis lineup with J.J. Weatherhold on deck. It is premium speed for Scott, 98th percentile in sprint speed in a game where we've only had 3 combined hits. Caught and miss over the changeup.
It's laughable now. Not one fastball to the 9-hitter here. It's one of those things where you just get opportunities, and if it's working, just keep going until they hit it. He's only let up one really massive hit off this changeup.
Yeah, think about that if you're Victor Scott. The first time you ran it full, you struck out on a sinker. You come up your second time, you get sweeper, sweeper, changeup, changeup.
Always in the back of your mind that heater might come as a hitter. I know it's always in the back of mind, and then sometimes speed came.
Another changeup, slow roller at Tatis. First down.
Segment was wasting J.J. Weatherhold.
The best rookie so far in baseball. A star at West Virginia for Randy Macy. 7th overall pick 2 years ago. Made his major league debut in grand fashion with a monster home run in his debut to center and a walk-off the very next day. Talking with Ollie Marmol pregame, he said it is a professional at bat. Adam, I know you love that he is looking hitterish and just wearing out the bucket of gum in the dugout.
Yeah, I actually asked him today how many pieces of gum per game, and he said, "Oh, it's out of control. I need to clean it up a little bit." But honestly, stick with it, kid. Whatever you're doing is working. I love the aggression. Yeah, we call those landmines right there. They throw those out. Better watch out.
Spikes.
He's got great plate coverage. Is something I've noticed early on watching JJ hit. He really dives for that outside corner, and he can use the whole field as well.
He's quiet. He's quiet with his legs. He's quiet everywhere else until he goes and attacks the pitch with authority.
All he said to us, Weatherhold came to them last year in spring training and carried himself like he'd already been in the big leagues for a while. Just misses.
Off one, yeah.
So J.J. Weatherhold aboard. Here's where he ranks among rookies at the start of play. Top 5 in all these.
Just in the number 3, Ivan Herrera.
Pretty stellar second base.
He's been one of the best defenders in the game at any position so far. So, more than stellar. He's been pretty good at the plate, but he's been incredible on the field.
Herrera with a trickler back at King, who's only plays first.
This was the number 1, Alex Burleson.
Well, brings up Alec Burleson, who last time he clocked in, launched 111 miles an hour off his pitch.
Gets that changeup. So now here's the tricky part. As a pitcher, you know that's in the back of your mind. As a hitter, is an opportunity where maybe I should stay on it. That's that chess match that we play here as both hitter and pitcher.
So the first time they faced off, it was 2 sweepers to start. It was changeups toward the end of the at-bat. Burleson worked a walk, and then it was that first pitch changeup we just showed you his last time in the 4th.
I think you're going to look to see King nibble here now that he's 0-1. Make sure he gets the swing at the pitch he wants him to swing at. Namely, something not over the plate.
Yeah, of course. Not many runners at second base, too. So this is a big opportunity here. Actually, first plate appearance of runners in scoring position for the Cardinals.
Good cut there on 93.
Got a pitch to hit there. Didn't take advantage, so now it's the 1-2 count.
His first fastball, it was. That's the pitch. You get one pitch in these at-bats here, and that was the one he'd like back. Maybe a catcher's interference there looking there.
Ollie backs deposit for just a moment, and now a huge pitch looming from Michael King to Alec Burleson, with J.J. Weatherhold at second in the 6th. The 1-2. Popped up in the shallow left. Loriano calls out Machado in the innings over. That is as good an overhand lefty curveball as you could find.
First home run I ever hit off Barry's Zeno.
Oh, yeah?
Curveball.
Couple singles in the first off Libertor, but that's it for San Diego. Again, 9-1-2 here for Adolfo Duran, who's making his major league debut. And flew out to right field his first time.
Doing an impressive job working with King behind the plate in his debut as well.
Scott bolts back towards
Got him, yeah.
for the first out.
Really good piece right there. Hit it to the wrong guy. Got a pitch right where he wanted it, right down the plate. Wrong guy to hit it to. Scott is on fire. Stay back real nice.
Man, 107 off the bat. Must have topspun that ball a little bit.
So one for Jackson Merrill. Merrill went around for strike one. Third time through the order.
So it's between Jackson, Mill.
You look at the OPS against in terms of third time through. It's been a tricky spot in the ballgame for him so far this season. OPS third time through near 1,300 for Libertor. Two hits in the first, and a 1-2-3 second, a double play ball in the third, a 1-2-3 fourth, another double play in the fifth. 0-2 to Merrill.
Not seeing that off speed too well. You see the body language, you see just one-handed swings. Libertor's doing a great job. Everything away. Something in here.
Worked up with the heat. Libertor last pitch Friday against the Dodgers and worked well, and he said afterward he felt like he made some mechanical tweaks that really helped. He's carried that over to 2 times.
Got it, yeah.
The slider, and they're 2 away. Near the bottom of the 6th.
Personalized daily content that hits every time. Catch it now on the MLB app.
Libertor felt like last time out his curveball was better, his fastball command was better, and that the slider was as good as it had been all season. 2 down bases, Miguel Andujar fouls one away on 96, holding his velocity.
We talked about the aggressive nature of the Padres. 10 out of 20 batters right now are swinging at that first pitch. That's what you talk about in the meetings. I guess you want to get ahead of a guy like this. You don't want that nasty stuff to be seen.
Andujar struck out his first time in the first on a good curveball, and then rolled into a 6-4-3 double play that ended the third. Libertor 75 pitches deep. Fades outside with a changeup. Guy was drafted out of high school by the Rays in the first round in 2018. Got traded a year and a half later to the Cardinals in the Randy Arozarena deal. Broke into the bigs 4 years ago, and then last year posted the best season of his career. For the Padres in the 6th.
Look on center cut fastball here. Perfect placement. Coming up high. We'll take that though. It's a ground ball. Nothing to get the guy running scoring position. Here comes the veteran Manny Machado.
Ran it full, walked and scored in the first, and then bounced out to third in the fourth.
Step off throw that let Don Troy Willis kind of action. He was really good at that. Picked the guy up early in the game.
So we were talking about third time through the order has been problematic for Liberatore in terms of the OPS. You see, gave up 108 there to Andujar. 108 and Durant's second at bat to begin this bottom of the sixth.
Oh, that's a pretty big difference too. You want the truth?
I mean, it's so big that it makes me think he's due to pitch well third time through the order this time. Because there's no way that's sustainable on the other side of things.
You know, regression to the mean in that way.
Yeah, exactly.
Big spot here for Manny Machado against Matthew Liberatore. A two-out base runner in the 1-1 is down to Machado. 2 balls and a strike.
As you see here, the defense, third base, just making sure they're playing on the line. They don't want any doubles here because you know Andujar's going to score anything in the gap or down the line. So kind of late in the game, yeah, why not? You know, you give up a single in that hole, might be first and third, nobody scores.
Machado sharply to third. Gorman gobbles.
Got him, yes.
Back in, Burleson bails him out to end the inning. Liberatore locked in through 6 innings. Sterling innings of 1 hit ball, just the 1 run on the Alec Burleson solo shot in the 4th inning. 6 strikeouts, guys. You see the 86 pitches that his night is now done.
I was a little surprised to see him come out here. He was pretty much rolling right through this lineup, not really showing any signs of losing it at all. But when you have a bullpen like this, you know, for the Padres, manager Craig Stateman's going to go to them early and he's going to go to them often.
Yeah, same kind of deal. A little surprised. I'm giving him another chance here. He's been rolling through the lineup.
Wakefield to number 18, Jordan Walker.
Fantastic. And Craig knows what he's doing now.
Now it gives the baseball to Bradley Rodriguez, 22-year-old rookie from Venezuela who debuted last year with a few appearances. You see the numbers this year, off to a strong start. Facing Jordan Walker, and this guy throws a ton of changeups.
Yeah, picking up right where King left off. Changeup. He's a big-time ground ball guy. Sinker changeup's the main deal, but the changeup is a big swing and miss pitch for him.
98 off the edge to Walker, who has popped to second and has a fly out to right field so far out of the cleanup spot.
A guy that throws that hard and his changeup's his best pitch throwing more than 40% of the time. I mean, that's why baseball is.
Walker on the line, left field into the corner.
Oh my, yes.
Walker motors to second, and he's got a lead-off double here in the 7th. And that is the first hit Bradley Rodriguez has allowed on his changeup all season.
Let's see where it is, that changeup. The spot where Jordan Walker loves to hit it. We see this stay fair. He's lucky this one stayed in the park.
Oh, it's off the wall. Okay.
He gets extended and he's on time. Good things happen for this young kid.
Number 16, Nolan Gorman.
Nolan Gorman, who had struck out twice against Michael King. Ticks high with a sinker, ball 1. First time the Cardinals have had the leadoff man aboard tonight.
A massive hole over there at shortstop right now. Be interesting to see if they continue to work him away with sinkers, considering that's where the defense is set.
Yeah, you think there'd be more change-ups here. I thought it'd be change-ups all day just because of the base open as well, as we see one right there.
I think the change-up here, if you're going to roll over to the base side orders.
It's just so different from what we were taught growing up, because typically here you would want to keep him on the left side of the infield so the runner can advance, but with a defense set like this, you have to play to your defense a little bit.
Change up there, strikes out Gorman, and there's one away in the 7th.
I love how we call 91 miles an hour a changeup. To me, that's just a two-seamer. Oh, it's right over the plate, too. When you throw 98 plus, 91 looks like it's really, really slow.
That's filthy.
A couple sinklers to start and then a couple change-ups to finish off Nolan.
What's on the zero Mason Weird?
One away. All the strike.
This is a pitcher right here as a hitter. You can sit on one pitch because you know you're going to get a couple change-ups. It's all about timing.
On a line, right field out the end of the bat. Castellanos.
Yes! And Jordan Walker scores.
Win sprints to third with a head triple in the seventh.
Out over the plate. Nick Castellanos, just out of the reach. No, he's not the fastest guy, but it looked like he had a chance to get that one. Once it got by, Wynn just cruised into third base.
That was a tough decision right there for Nick out there in right field, because if he plays it on a hop,
Left field to number 27, Nathan Church.
to see if he was going to catch that ball, but he thought he could catch it, so he went for the play.
And so it puts St. Louis on top in the seventh. And Nathan Church fillets one foul.
He was playing deep in right field, too. Let's see. Yeah. One of those. It's a new technique, sliding on, your left side there. Maybe a full extension. He might have had it. Tough play.
Remember, Jake Cronenworth landed on the injured list earlier this week. And even before that, Fernando Tatis Jr. was mixing in some second this year. But with Cronenworth on the injured list with a concussion, perhaps some more second. That's where Tatis is instead of right field tonight. This one popped up and will drift off foul from Church.
It's a good point, too, because Tatis is a platinum glove winner in right field. So, Cronenworth being out, you have to shift everything around, and now you're a little bit weaker on defense because of it.
And now the infield in with Wynn at third. One out in the seventh. 0-2 again. Swing and a miss. Change up out of front.
Catcher number 43, Pedro Pajas.
On the change up from Bradley Rodriguez.
And again, it doesn't have as much bite as you think. It's just the change of the speed and the direction.
I think he does a great job of selling it with his intent. Like, it looks like he's going to throw 150 miles an hour through the catcher, and then that ball parachutes to 91, which was basically my fastball. Especially this year at WBC. I mean, I was throwing fastballs, and they were calling them changeups on the board.
Were they really?
Yeah.
See, Rodriguez has been so good, but he gave up the leadoff double to Jordan Walker, and then the triple that Castellanos couldn't run down to win. After Craig Stammen went to the pen and pulled the pin. Pedro Pajas bounces one at Tatis. And the inning's over. But the Cardinals grab the... He's 3 hits, 1 run, a half dozen Ks, and after 81 pitches, but third time through, and the Cardinals now have a lead as we go to the bottom of the seventh, and they give the baseball to George Soriano. He's been effective so far and starts out against Fernando Tatis Jr.
George Soriano, even though he throws 97, he's another one of these pitchers that's mostly off speed. 28% slider and 24% changeup. Those are his best 2 pitches. We'll look for those tonight.
He's generated a lot of ground balls this year. He bounced around a ton in the offseason. Eventually acquired from the Nationals right at the start of spring training. Bogarts and Laureano do for the Padres. Tatis with a mighty cut on a 2-0 heater.
I was going to say right before that, that's the one you come out of your shoes. Anything else you take, you get that fastball. That's a quick swing right there. That ball was There's that slider, not just perfect placement, two-strike count. Nice play right there by Lane. There's no way they're getting the speed of Tatis Jr. Again, take your hits, take your knocks all day. Put the pressure on him.
Tatis had a scorched single in the first. It came off his bat at 112. Infield single there ahead of Xander Bogaerts. Bogaerts has been the best everyday bat for San Diego this year.
What's up, Santa Bogaerts?
With an OPS near 1,000 in that time, and all 7 of his home runs. First pitch strike with the sinker. They told us Xander had a great spring training. They made some adjustments. They got him locked in. Minor adjustments in the cage. Some work with his thought process offensively. Didn't have the results to show for it in the first week of the season, but ever since then, has been raking. That changeup was pretty gnarly.
It's filthy. Absolutely filthy. We've seen some ridiculous changeups in this game tonight.
Soriano ahead 0-2. With Tatis aboard, he runs the pitch outside.
Out! Yes!
Let's see what Chris Stanton does here. Tatis immediately signaled he thought he was safe, and the
Padres man shows good challenge.
I'm just going on the tag alone. It looked like it was a little high in the leg. But we'll see how quick the snap tag, foot gets in.
Yep, they go overturn it. On it.
A hair, a cleat. Yeah, I can't tell from that view, but it looks like that part of the cleat just gets in there.
I'm with you. You felt in real time too. It just looked to the naked eye like he was safe.
Yeah, he got a great jump, and I actually think it was an unbelievable play to make it close. Therefore, they called him out here, but yeah, the foot appears to sneak in.
Yep, the challenge is successful for the Padres.
You know, he ran on the wrong pitch. The guy that throws mainly off speed was a fastball away. It was a perfect throw, just a little high. We'll see what they call here.
Well, I don't know, that last angle, this might stand. It's close.
When you slow it down, they'll slow it down into milliseconds. Yeah, it's going to be close.
Right. I think it's a good point. Can you tell definitively that the foot is on the base from that view?
It is, but I can't say 100%.
It's a great slide, too. You're always taught that right foot, right leg, you stiffen it out once you get to that bag.
Boy, an enormous call in this game in the bottom of the seventh. And Jansen Visconti could not have really had a better view at that as the second base umpire.
They're going to slow it down. We'll see what they see.
Yes, he lost his challenge.
Shaking his head.
The longer those reviews go on, the more you think that the call's going to stand.
Yeah, they kept looking at it, and you felt less convinced that that could be overturned. 1-2 with Xander Bogaerts has bounced in 2-2.
Like I still think he's safe. I just can't really tell within 100% certainty there.
You said Tatis had a good jump nonetheless. Pages made it very close and ends up cutting down Tatis. So the base is wiped clean. And 2 strikes on Bogarts.
You know, you think of the situation too, nobody out. Is that a situation where you wait and see what Bogarts can do?
We get a visit here from Pages to George Soriano. A pitch hit and run is the free official MLB skills competition for baseball and softball players ages 7 to 14. It hosts a local competition in 2026 and give the kids a chance to make it to the national finals at the 2026 World Series. Visit pitchhitrun.com or scan that QR code. Yeah, so the choice to run there. 0-2, a little more comfortable letting him run in an 0-2 count?
I don't know, not necessarily. I think it's situational. I think you've seen Bogart's been hitting very well. You know, base hits first to third most of the time, so it changes the whole momentum of this 7th inning.
Now for Soriano, you don't want to lose Bogarts after you were ahead 0-2. The payoff. Bogarts strikes.
Just got him.
To it. A diving changeup for out number 2.
That's filthy, but that pitch was never a strike, so Xander got a little overzealous there for sure.
So 2 down, base is empty, and this is Ramon Laureano. Strikeout and a walk so far, and a knee-high strike at 96 to begin.
Well, thinking back to the first inning when Liberatore picked off the runner to end the inning, that's 2 big outs on the bases today for the Padres, and they're trying everything they can to create runs.
Chuck swing, roller, Burleson.
Got him. Yes.
And the inning is over. Pivotal point in this game. Pages cuts down Tatis. It stands on review. And St. Louis stays in front. And Doug.
That name on your shirt, it means something. Because Liberty Mutual customizes car insurance to save people hundreds. Tom, stop that. Now let's get out there and play like it.
Again, Doug? Parents need to stay over there.
Sorry, Coach.
Also, get your little buddy.
No! Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Walter comes on. Second arm on in relief for San Diego, and it's the 11th year veteran. 3rd year in the Padres pen.
Ground ball specialist.
Sylvia to 11, Victor Scott the second.
Pitches with a ton of energy out there. Been around for a really long time doing it.
Not afraid of these moments. He's been part of this. It seems like forever.
Gets a bouncer from Victor Scott, who can really run.
Yes!
I told you Scott can flat out fly. 98th percentile in sprint speed, and the chopper gets him aboard.
We saw the defense too. We talked about how far over Bogarts was playing. That's a regular ground ball to shortstop, and his speed just no chance he can put that ball right back in his pocket.
6 minutes into 26, JJ Weatherholds.
In search of insurance here in the 8th inning, up 1. Back to the top for JJ Weatherholds. Weatherhold the ground out to second. A sharp line out to right. It came off his bat at 102 in the 3rd. And then a walk his last time in the 6th against Michael King. Professional ABs. Ollie Marmol was saying to his pregame from Weatherhold. Said he's really liked the approach against lefties and righties.
It's so nice to see a left-handed batter getting a full slate of chances versus left-handed pitchers. Too early these days do we question everybody.
Safe, yes! man just got challenged again.
We'll have a look at this.
This one's also really close, and you know what I love that Durant did here is he missed on the first base side of the bag. That's what gives the fielder a chance to on the third base side of the bag, you have no play here, but you miss on the first base side, and then you can grab him as he's sliding by you.
And he kept it low, too. Bogarts with a beautiful pick.
Boy, that is close, too. Where does Bogarts graze the tag? On the rear of Scott, the lower back, in relation to the other mid on the left hand.
This one can go either way, too. This is why it's so hard.
Yeah, I'm done predicting these things.
Early in your broadcasting career, you're tapping out.
See, I think he does. I think he gets him there in his glove. If you look at the glove, it's out.
And he retains the challenge.
Did graze the backside, and what a throw by Rodolfo Duran in his major league debut. A guy who has had some rocket throws in AAA this year to cut down the speedy Scott.
That's got to feel pretty good, too. To know you did something in this game to help this team have a chance to win. As your man, it's pretty special. I remember that one.
And now Weatherholt squares on the 2-1 and takes down.
Both teams, nobody out running on first, take a chance to steal second base. Tough decisions. I know they're on their own for the most part, but very hard to figure out. On the walk here.
4-4, yes. Just another play 85 Herrera.
Baseball family. Come on, I love homers. And this little bad boy lets me pick one for free every day of the week. I can make a pick for Moonshot Monday, Tater Tuesday, Walk-Off Wednesdays, Thumper Thursdays, Four-Bagger Fridays.
And so, a one-out base runner, and Ruben Niebla, fifth-year pitching coach, will come visit with Wandy Peralta. 2-1 game, Cardinals in front. It was 1-1 into the top of the seventh when St. Louis went ahead on an RBI triple from Mason Wynn that Castellanos couldn't run down. It scored Jordan Walker after San Diego had went to the bullpen in place of Michael King. Tom Frazier, Adam Ottavino, Mike Monaco with you and our entire crew behind the scenes in a game that has not disappointed. Two of the 7 best teams in baseball the first month and a half. In a high leverage spot here. Ivan Herrera is 0 for 3 so far. A couple Ks and a comebacker. And Peralta misses with a changeup to start.
Yeah, he's looking for that ground ball right here to the left side, Manny Machado. See a lot of these changeups, hoping for one.
It's a small sample size for Herrera so far, but he's actually had reverse splits this year. He's been better against righties than he has been against lefties. Base safely in 22 straight games. Peralta's to it. Leads outside. Peralta fighting his command. 6 straight out of the zone.
And you wonder about the conversation on the mound. What was he talked about, you know? You got Burleson up next, lefty. I mean, maybe don't try and be too cute here.
3-0. That misses down. And it's
4-4, yeah.
Passes. Blues ring out here at Petco Park. And now Alec Burleson does loom in the 3 spot.
Looks like we have some movement.
Was Mr. the play by Alex Burleson.
Walker on deck.
Burleson has had his struggles this year, left on left. But Peralta fighting the command right now. Yuki Matsui, just activated earlier this week, is up and loosening. And the NBA Conference semifinals continue Saturday night over on ABC and the ESPN app. The Thunder are in Los Angeles to take on the Lakers in Game 3. NBA tip-off at 8 Eastern. So here's Burleson, who walked in the first, homered to the pull side in the fourth. Now Wandy Peralta is saying that the pitch count is not working. You see Duran motioning down where the catchers keep that often on their shin guard. You often see it at the start of a reliever's outing. Trying to reset with his new catcher. 2 on, 1 out, top of the 8th inning. Cardinals up a run, looking for more. Burleson squares. 96 for a strike.
Interesting right there. Squared upon runners in scoring position. We know he struggled against left-handed pitchers. A little squibber to shortstop would do him just fine.
That's a 490 OPS left this year for Alec Burleson. Whereas against righties, he's up near 950. The 1-1. Burleson steps in at second. Tatis.
Oh, we'll take a look at it.
4-6-3 and an exit.
No challenge for the Cardinals.
Still up right now.
Come on,
God bless him. I don't know how he does it. Poor old man.
It's tight now. That's it.
Take a nap. Get ready, Tim.
Those two are electric together. As we welcome you back, Petco Park. Bottom of the 8th inning, the Padres bat against JoJo Romero. Down the right. Ty France on the ground at short. Mason Wynn.
Got him, yeah.
Bottom of the 8th inning. Romero's been a really steady presence in the St. Louis bullpen these last 4 years. He's excellent. Last year had a 2.07.
Yeah, it's great to have a guy with a little bit of continuity with the squad here. Veteran presence, can handle righties, can handle lefties, pitching a lot of high leverage. Here he is doing it once again, 1-run game here in the 8th.
Now Nick Castellanos comes up aggressively. On the first pitch, changeup. Castellanos so far, fly out to center.
If you're between what Nick Castellanos.
It's 0-2. Jason Adam on the right, and the game's best reliever, Mason Miller, on the left. Two scenarios there for Craig Stammen. Do they score or not here in the bottom of the 8th? Just misses with a backdoor breaking ball, and we're going to get a Cardinals challenge. Just clicks the edge. And Romero gets a big backwards K for out number 2.
Strike 3, yeah.
That's a pitch you see off the plate. There's no way you think he can come back, and it just nips the corner. JoJo looking really confident out there.
And Pedro Pages knew it all the way. Now Rodolfo Duran. Strike 1. Major league debut, a fly out to right, and a fly out scorched to center, and 108 off his bat last time. Toiled away in the minors for a dozen years. Bouncer at second at James.
Got him, yes.
JoJo Romero works a 1-2-3 bottom of the 8th on 7 pitches.
going to their put-away pitches when they needed them and looking very comfortable out there.
Jason Adam comes on and All-Star last year. Rays reliever was excellent there. Good numbers so far this year.
Good to see Jason back on the mound this year after that really weird quad tear he had last year. He's been one of the best relievers in the game over the past 3 or 4 seasons. He's picked up right where he left off, 1.80 ERA through his first 11 games this year.
He's trying to keep the Padres down as he faces Jordan Walker and starts out with strike one. Jordan Walker had the double to lead off the 7th and scored the go-ahead run for the Cardinals, driven in by Mason Wynn. Change up there, 0-2.
Seen a lot of those change-ups, a lot of those sweepers. Makes you wonder as a hitter, like, dude, should I start thinking off speed instead of fastball? Because they're so polished and they're so important for these pitchers to get these pitches over for strike.
Walker's done this a few times today where he waits until the pitcher comes set with 2 strikes, then calls timeout to break up the rhythm. Pretty good gamesmanship.
0-2. You would feel how as a reliever if and when that happened to you?
Maybe I'd be a little irked, but I don't know. You can't let him take you out of your game, but it would just be more fuel to the fire. Let's strike this guy out. That's what I was thinking.
That's laughable. I know exactly what you'd be thinking. I should have did that more often.
Or the career numbers? Did we ever come to a conclusion on that?
It doesn't show.
You had 1 bleeder against Adam? That's
I told you it doesn't show. Okay, let's leave it at that.
Sweeper, sweeper, sweeper.
Internet's not working right now.
The unmistakable Todd Frazier, the dominant Adam Ottavino. I'm merely Mike Monaco. Top of the 9th inning in San Diego. Walker on the ground sharply.
Yes!
And a 2-strike hit that plugs the gap. Walker digs for second and dives in safely. A second leadoff double for Jordan Walker in the late innings.
What's up? Dr. Vincent with 16 Nolan
Smells
Clement.
the double out of the box, not satisfied. Even though he hit this ball about 1,000,000 miles an hour, he still hustles right out of the box, sees it the ball, gets himself in scoring position.
115 off the bat, one hopper. That got through the outfield. Oh, man. He was cruising. Good turn to first base. Little things hit the inside corner of the bag. Nothing was stopping him getting to second base.
Strike one to Nolan Gorman. That was a sizzler from Jordan Walker. So 2 extra base hits for him and a chance for some St. Louis insurance.
To be honest with you, you got 3 strikeouts. The one thing you want to do is just put the ball in play. If you're a hitter, I've been in these spots too many times. The last thing I want to do is get another strikeout here to get that going somewhere.
Look who's up for the Cardinals. The nasty Riley O'Brien. He's got 19 strikeouts to 1 walk this year. Put away a ball and a strike by Gorman. 3 swinging strikeouts for Gorman. 2 on changeups, 1 on an elevated sinker from Michael King. Slider there, 1-2.
Productive at bat right here would be to hit a 20 hopper to the right side. He's been out front a lot of the changeups.
Those roll over the pulls and foul.
Yeah, they're getting the sombrero fitted right here, but he's trying to avoid it.
You're spot on, my friend.
2-strike count against Nolan Gorman with Walker at second for St. Louis. Jason Adam deals. No chase from Nolan Gorman. Good take.
Very good take right there. That pitch was awfully enticing. Up and away. Borderline, lets it go.
2-2. Gorman ropes one foul. St. Louis trying to crack what has been the best bullpen in baseball these last couple of seasons. Last year, first in bullpen ERA by a wide margin. This year, top 10 again. Seventh pitch to Gorman. Up high and a full count.
I think with the base open, you're coming right back with that changeup.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think changeup's coming here.
You have an opportunity still with a double play ball, even if it's not the pitch you want.
Eighth pitch. Gorman pulls it down the line and right and hooked foul.
Breaking ball, very similar to the one that Walker got with 2 strikes. Little mistake in the middle there. I don't think he'll throw that again.
Yeah, if he can throw that changeup here, take a little bit more off, there might be an opportunity for another strikeout, if not a ground ball.
Ninth pitch of the plate appearance on the way. Misses.
Oh, yeah.
Does come back with the changeup. And Nolan Gorman with a hard-earned free pass. And there's 2 on for the Cardinals and nobody out here in the ninth.
And it's not the worst thing, as we talked about. Again, you're 1 pitch away from getting a double play. And Mason went up here. And a big
So talking to Zero Mason win.
The bat on the ball a lot. And he's got some wheels.
I think a bunt could be in play here. This definitely, the Padres are feeling it. You got the corners pinched in. I think they might be running the wheel here. Yep.
Square with the wheel play on and called a strike with the breaking ball.
And you don't see it too often, this wheel play, and I absolutely love it when you know there's a scenario where it's definitely a bunt play, a guy who can bunt. And if you're the batter right here too, if you see that, you take that swing back and you let it go.
It really does remind me of the old days coming up under Tony La Russa with the Cardinals. We used to do a ton of show, bring back with bunting, and you're reading the fielders. We were taught to read the fielders. You see the wheel, you pull back and you swing. If you see them hold their ground, you lay that bunt down.
Adams steps off ahead of the 0-1. Duran trying to get on the same page with his infield here. With nobody out, 2 aboard. France coming all the way in from first. Win gets it down. France goes to get the lead.
Oh, he's out.
France kept coming and gets aggressive from first.
Awesome execution by Ty France and the Padres. They actually went with the fake wheel here. Xander fakes like he's going to go to third. The shortstop, Xander Bogaerts, that is. Then he breaks back to second. Machado breaks back to the bag. Ty France is coming in flying. Backhands it and fires against the lead runner.
Yeah, and as a first baseman, too, your momentum is taking you towards home plate. He threw an absolute strike there to third. And a couple different plays there on bunt plays. You have to do that in spring training and know exactly where to position yourself. Huge play by the Padres.
Saw the frustration from Mason Wynn. So 1 away and Nathan Church.
And to go back to that point, Mason Wynn, you got to bunt that ball to third base.
Look at number 27, Nathan Church.
Position that bat in the right spot and make Manny Machado make that throw to first.
Church, the rookie, 0 for 3 so far. 2 big misses from Jason Adam.
Ty France, when he makes that play, he has to come across that ball and, position his feet in a way so he can open up and make the throw with the right hand. A left-handed first baseman, that plays a little more natural, so he did that very nicely with some perfect footwork.
And now 2 balls and a strike on Church. Jason Adams, 20th pitch in this 9th inning. Pull down the line, foul 2-2.
That's a different noise that you hear. Just a long out, as Adamino would tell me. Just a long out for you.
2 on, 1 out. 2-2. Church pops one up. In the shallow left with Ramon Laureano in for out number 2.
Hier schon im Vollgebiet Joe Parham.
Boy, Wandy Peralta in the 8th, Jason Adam in the 9th, navigating some traffic, some uneven innings so far, trying to keep this a one-run game.
Not every team in the league has 2 relievers, really 3 if you include Rodriguez, of that quality pitching down in a ball game.
A lot of arms that can be trusted in high leverage. Still 2 aboard, now 2 out for Pedro Pages. 0 for 3 with a strikeout and 2 strikeouts. Strike 1 at the top of the zone. Here Pages asking Alex Tosi, the home plate umpire, where it was, and Tosi saying it was at the top. More of those called strikes, breaking balls up in this ABS world. Skied to center by Pages. Merrill circles, and Jason Adams strands 2. This year, how's he done it?
He dropped an 11% walk rate to a 1% walk rate, and you think you're going to see more pitchers in the zone, but his zone rate is unchanged, which is kind of weird. Instead, walked for the very first pitch single usage has gone from 48% to 75%. He gets ahead of that and expands on the sliders and sweepers.
All right, so there's the scouting report, and the recipe for Riley O'Brien has got 19 Ks to just 1 walk this year.
Truly remarkable.
He's been filthy. He reminds me of Jim Johnson back in the day. Closer, right-handed closer, ripping upper 90 sinkers.
100 to start to Jackson Merrill in the leadoff spot for the Padres here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Padres have been great in 9th innings so far this year. On the ground towards second, and J.J. Weatherholt.
Got him, yes!
Over the box, saying it's uncomfortable, it's the sinker and the breaking ball. Both of those are moving like crazy, but the real growth for him, they've said, since coming over from Seattle, is in pressure situations and the mental side and slowing things down on the bump. Strike 1 at 101 to Miguel Andujar.
It's an easy 101 too. That's the crazy
Miguel
part about
Andujar.
that. It is easy 101 with some movement.
1. On the edge at 100, coming through the back door. Maybe just off.
How do you pull the trigger on that when it looks a foot outside, out of the hand?
0-2. Check swing, and you can just see in Andujar's body language how nasty O'Brien's stuff is.
Right down the plate too for a sweeper. God almighty. It's a beautiful pitch. Excuse me, off the plate. It looks good. You got to swing.
0-2. A sword and a strikeout.
Got him, yes!
2 down in the 9th.
He forces you to swing up pitch like this because you can paint that sinker back door. He starts something away and finishes it in the zone, and then he starts something that looks a little more hittable out of the hand, like that sweeper you're going to offer at it. Unfortunately, it breaks way away from your bat.
That wasn't even in the zone at all. But it looks like 100 coming at you.
Manny Machado has faced O'Brien before once as a single off.
Look at Manny Machado.
For St. Louis. Popped up foul, 1-1. And take home a piece of the game. Bid on game used jerseys, baseballs, bases, and more at auctions.mlb.com. Padres down to their last out, down a run in the bottom of the 9th. The 1-1. This is just up at a hundo. 2-1.
And you see the difference here. Manny Machado up, you start with that sweeper instead of coming and attacking.
chops it at short at Mason.
We won, yes.